Hey, what's up, Nerd Report? I think we're live. I don't know. We've been trying to set this up for the past 2 hours. I have Robert Garcia kind of on. Let me pump this up a little bit. We have Robert Garcia. I think he's on the line. I have no idea if you guys could hear him. But, Robert, are you there? Yeah. Was that me? You could hear me, can't you? Okay, so I could hear you. Do our people hear you in the chat? I'm getting so much feedback. There's so many technical issues, people. Sorry about that. Can everybody hear Robert as well? That's what we want. We want to hear Robert. We don't want to hear me. Robert, say something. Well, okay, so Robert is on the line right now. I'm gonna hang up on him on Skype. He's gonna call me back on the phone. We're gonna talk about D23 and end the call right here. Um, he's gonna call me on my regular line, hopefully, and I'm gonna put him on speakers because he was at D23 today. Let me see if this works. All right, so Robert was at D23. He's going to call me right now. We're going to put him on speaker. He's going to talk about what he saw over there, the people lined up already to check out all the goodies they promised us and stuff. He's trying to figure out how to use the phone, I promise you. It's taking him forever. It's one button, Robert. I know he's listening to me. It's one button. You look for the name Lewis and you press it. Hopefully he could get a hold of that. Thanks for... Oh, I'm dying. Thanks for your patience, everyone. For coming in here early. I see there was a few people waiting already, about 8, which is great for us. You know, it's great for us. It's like what? Quadruple our usual number. And apparently there's people lined up already over there in Anaheim to get on the floor, not even the panels. I believe tomorrow's main panel is going to be the Disney Plus, right? Here he is. All right. Hello.
Me.
Yeah, did you forget my number?
I had to find, iPhone, you have to do the little attachment just to put on some earbuds. Ridiculous.
Yeah, I don't know. All this technology stuff. I just want to press a button and go, Old school. Can you people hear Robert right now? Please let me know. Because if you can't hear him, then, this doesn't work. Can you guys hear Robert? Could they hear you or what?
All is lost.
Yay?
Check 1. Here we go. Check 1, 2. Check 1, 2.
Anyways, Robert, you were there today, D23 in Anaheim, right? He died.
Are we good? Are we looking okay?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, good. All right, here we go. I was down at, I went down to the Anaheim Convention Center, and I think I got there right at 12 o'clock because media check-in was at 12 noon. So, drove up, no issues. Well, what I will say is, as soon as I came down Catella, traveling, I guess what would be considered, I don't know, Convention Center's on my right-hand side, but as I'm driving down Catella, I can see a huge line of people on the sidewalk, literally extending from where about California, that street, I think it's Disneyland Drive, where Disneyland Drive and Catella meet by California Adventure and Downtown Disney. So the line was starting to extend down Catella, and those were everybody just waiting on the north side of the convention center, and I'm assuming that is for people hoping to get into the Disney Legends panel and or the show floor as soon as it opens on Friday morning. So there was a long line.
Nice. So, was it hard to park?
No, it was extremely easy to park. So what they're going to do is here's some insight and some information. If you're going down to D23 first thing tomorrow morning, parking lot 1 is going to be open, and from what it looks like and from what my understanding is, each parking lot is going to open accordingly. So as soon as one lot gets full, then they're going to open another lot all around the convention center. So parking lot 1 will be open tomorrow morning, and then from what it says so far, it looks like they'll be opening the different parking lots in and around the convention center, and then ultimately, once all those parking lots are full, you're going to have to take a shuttle, and I believe it's going to be parking over by I guess it's the Honda Center. Is it still called the Honda Center over there?
I think it's called Schick Hearns.
So Schick Hearns is
I'm just messing
LA.
with you, bro. Hey, real quick, Robert, we started a little late, so I want to say hi to some of the people on the chat real quick. Nuke the Fridge Gaming is in the house. What's up? I'm assuming that's Chris. How you guys doing? That's our gaming. That's our gaming division. So you guys check his videos out. He's got a lot of great interviews and stuff like that. And these guys really know their gaming. So don't miss out on their stuff. Nuke the Fridge Gaming right there. Go ahead, give them a like or subscribe or whatever they do here on YouTube. We also have Mike Sandoval in the house. Art Douglas is here. Stanley. Tailgate Terry. Sorry if I mispronounced her name. Let me see. Got a few more people in there. I'll give you guys a shout out. We got Jesse Campbell. Faisal Corrine. I'm not sure. I'm sorry if I'm messing up your name, but I got to get to know you, okay? And also, if you guys have any questions, feel free to put them in the chat, and we will get to all of them because we like to talk to everyone. Right, Robert?
Absolutely.
All right, we're talking D23. It's the big Disney convention that's been going on for a few years. Do you know how many years this has been going on, Robert?
It started in 2009. 2009, I believe, was the inaugural year for D23, for the D23 Expo.
And that one was in Anaheim, right? The first one?
Yeah. I want to say, have they all been in Anaheim? Or
no, I think they switched to Florida, but I'm not 100% sure. But I do know that I went to one, and I want to say it's the very first one they ever had, and they didn't know what they were doing, but it was great because it was their first one, and they didn't know what they were doing. It just felt so not corporate, even though it's Disney. They had that thing where they announced, okay, the show floor is now closed, right? And I was vending. I had a booth there, and I was helping my buddy sell Disney pens, as a matter of fact. And we were there, and they closed the show floor. They kind of turn off the main lights, but you could still see because it was like 5 o'clock, and people were still shopping for a good 2 hours after. It was just so cool. The next year, they started tightening up stuff and getting more in line with what you would experience at Comic-Con or a bigger and professional, more experienced convention, which is still fun, but it was great to see Disney do something that was kind of, amateuristic, but still awesome. So anyways, you were talking about people lined up. I'm going to try to hit up the line tomorrow. Do you know what time it starts?
It opens at 9 a.m. So everything I've understood so far is they've now moved, they've now moved everybody from Catella into various spaces on the convention center property. I know there was some issues with that when they were moving them earlier. I don't know all the details, but I do know, I guess there's some confusion out there. And, there are some issues moving everybody from Catella onto the convention center property. And so convention center opens at 9 a.m. And I believe we go in at about 9:15. We're going to be taking a different I guess it's
Wait,
like
what time are you getting there?
I'm getting there early. I'm gonna try to park close. Hopefully get into that parking structure number one. And as long as I'm there early and I can relax, grab a cup of coffee, and wait,
so let me know.
I don't mind.
So let me know what time you're getting there after this stream, because I was planning to get there like at around 12. Is that too much?
I mean, I believe there's going to be a lot of traffic.
Oh my gosh.
By 12, there's going to be a lot of traffic. I just don't like traffic.
Yeah, no, you're 100% correct on the traffic. Traffic sucks. Okay, so day one, Friday, we're going to go in there. We're going to take video. We're going to be reporting. We're going to have all the latest news posted here, hopefully, and a recap video. And we're also going to be posting a lot of it on thenerdreport.com and nukethefridge.com, our sister sites. Walter's going to be there as well, which is the guy, pretty much, he's the one that holds the website, thenerdreport.com together. But anyways, the main thing is we're going to be taking video and pictures of the floor, which is usually pretty awesome. And then we have the Disney Plus presentation. And Robert, I'm going to ask you, what is going to happen there? Everything that's going to happen, what are they going to present there for Disney Plus?
So everybody's talking about it because we've known that it's going to be, I think it was one of the first shows that was announced.
Right.
The first content announced for Disney Plus is showrunner and director, producer, Jon Favreau's The Mandalorian.
Woo!
That's the big one this weekend. There's a lot of rumors circulating, nothing's been confirmed, is that we may see the first episode.
What? Look what I'm holding. Look what I'm holding. You see? Salacious Crumb approves.
So right. It is, at this time, just a rumor. Hopefully it's true.
How are they going to show the first episode? In the hall? Like, oh, just stick around, we're going to show you the first episode?
Yeah, when I was at covering Star Wars Celebration Orlando a few years back, they showed us the first episode of, I believe it was, Star Wars Rebels, the animated series. They showed us the first episode of the final season, and we went in April. That event was in April, and that show wasn't going to premiere, I think, till September, till fall. So we got an exclusive look at one episode of Star Wars Rebels.
And John Early's in the chat. He wants to talk about Disney losing Spider-Man. We'll get into that in a little bit, man. Hold tight.
Oh, yeah.
And Art wants to talk about Rise of the Skywalker. Is there going to be a teaser part 2? I have my idea on that, and we'll share it with you. We're going to talk about Saturday right now after we get through Friday. So I think the main thing is Disney Plus. Of course, you go straight to Star Wars because you have a one-track mind. One-track mind, my friend. But Disney Plus is going to have a lot of gems in there, such as some MCU stuff, Loki, WandaVision, from what I understand, and I guess I'm missing one more thing. Plus, they're going to start their streaming service by including, a few movies from the MCU, but not all of them. Right. Not all of them.
No.
And as far as I know with Star Wars, the entire prequel trilogy, along with the original trilogy, will be available along with Rogue One. And I'm not even sure if The Force Awakens is going to be there, but they will have the original trilogy and Mandalorian. As far as Star Wars is concerned, I don't know what else though exactly. I'm sure there's a lot of stuff in regards to that. We'll probably get the entire slate tomorrow, maybe, or they'll include some surprises. I know if you're a D23 member, they are hooking them up with a $23 a year membership to Disney Plus, but you have to commit for 3 years, right? Did you hear about that, Robert?
Yeah, I did see that. So
it ends up to $69 for 3 years. So you get Disney Plus for $69. All right, I don't know if there's a subliminal message for that, but oh well, whatever. We get that, and then that's pretty much the main thing that's gonna hit. It's gonna rock the new circuit and stuff. Anything else you want to add to that, Rob?
Well, I know that they're offering that's the bundle package, right? Well,
oh yeah, well
Hulu,
ESPN,
Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. So you're with that package, you're not just getting the Disney Plus content, but you're getting I mean, I know you like it as well as I'm a huge boxing fan. So for us,
yeah, but does
fans,
ESPN have does ESPN even have boxing?
ESPN Plus, yeah, they have a lot of boxing now. Since it's shifted from HBO and other services, the two major outlets right now for live boxing are, I'll say three, are ESPN, the regular service, ESPN Plus, which is like getting a pay-per-view. So you no longer
Okay,
pay
Robert,
for pay-per-view.
Robert, hello?
Yeah.
You're going crazy on sports, man. This is a nerd channel. I know, there's
ESPN Plus.
There's a certain nerd section in the community that always wants to pretend they're buff and they work out and stuff. Like, we're not. We like nerdy stuff, but we're not really nerds because we do jujitsu. Or we know baseball, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, well, whatever. Okay, so that's day one. I think day one is awesome. And Hollywood Purgatory, I will have you call in. Unfortunately, we're doing one person at a time. After, let me talk to Robert here for a second. We're going to go through the 3 days. And then Hollywood Purgatory, I'm going to give you a number you could call via Facebook. So have your, because I'm a personal friend of yours, have your messenger ready for that, all right? So, yeah, so we're going to have that on Friday. I'm really excited for it. That's enough to wear me out. Now, Robert, can we move to Saturday now? Can we talk about Saturday?
Are we moving on to Friday or to Saturday already? Hang on. Let me quickly check, because I think they had some other stuff going on Friday as well. Of course, the Disney legends, James Earl Jones will be there at the convention center because he is a new inductee into the Disney legend.
Who?
James Earl Jones.
Oh, really? Is he going to be there?
Yeah, my understanding is that he's going to be present for his the awards for as far as him being inducted as a Disney legend.
That's dope. That's dope. James Earl Jones, I'm going to get to see him. That's a bucket list right there. Right?
Are you doing the Disney legend?
Dude, I don't know. As soon as I hang up with you, I'm going to look at I hope... Let me put it this way. I hope the Disney PR isn't listening to this, that I don't, I do my schedules the day before. I make my schedules the day before, but I offer a very professional presentation, I hope. I'll be ready. That's all. But I'll be ready like 5 minutes before I have to be. Yeah. or yeah.
And what
Go ahead.
And what I did want to mention also for those that unfortunately can't be there at D23, or maybe you didn't get a reserved seat, or it is kind of tough to get into the panels. Disney did announce that they're going to be doing a D23 Expo live. So for some of the presentation and panels that you're not able to attend, they're live streaming it. So for Friday at 10:30 a.m. is the 2019 Disney Legends ceremony. So they are going to be live streaming that.
Dope.
And then at 4 p.m. they are going to be live streaming Behind the Art of Disney Costuming. So that's their broadcast schedule for D23 on Friday the 23rd.
Okay, so basically, if they show us The Mandalorian, security is going to be out of control. They're going to confiscate our phones, blah, blah, blah. So, could we move on to Saturday now, brother? Please?
All right, so we'll move on to Saturday. So Saturday
Yes.
is the big day. That's where we are going to see the live action / animation presentation, the slate of Disney movies that are coming in the near future, 2019, and then they extend out to 2020 and so forth. So before we jump into, because that's going to be a big conversation. There's a lot of stuff I'm looking forward to with that one. I will mention the live streaming that they're going to have for the 24th is going to be Women of Impact to meet the Nat Geo Explorers changing the world. That's at 10 a.m. And then at 5:30, Marvel Comics, Marvel's 80th anniversary. So those are the two panels or presentations that are going to be live streamed.
Okay, and then they're gonna have a presentation for Pixar as well, right?
Yeah. So that's the Disney Showcase. That's at 10 a.m. So we got to be there early. Saturday, we got to be there even earlier than we're going to be there on Friday.
And then they're gonna have what else? Pixar, Disney Animation. If like last year, Disney Pictures. Probably some Maleficent stuff. Pixar, I'm not sure what they're going to be working on with Pixar. Maybe, well, speaking of Pixar, they have the TV. They're going to have some Disney Plus stuff to show off, right? Pixar's going to have some Disney Plus shows.
I'm not quite positive about the Disney Plus show with Pixar because I believe Pixar stuff is going to show on Saturday.
See, that's what's going to be interesting because now the major production, whatever outlets, Lucasfilm, MCU, Pixar, they're going to be doing TV, so they're going to have to split up both, both production companies' presentations. So that's going to be interesting to see. All right, bro. This was a nice chat. Now on to Star Wars, or should we talk MCU first? MCU first. Hello?
MCU for feature animation. Oh, I'm sorry, for feature film.
Yes. Now the question was, I think it was John. John Early wants so Disney does not own Spider-Man anymore. If my prediction's correct, tomorrow there will be an announcement. Spider-Man 3 is coming. What do you think? As a surprise.
So I think that there's a little bit more that's going on with this than maybe anyone can understand or everybody knows. I don't think Bob Iger, President CEO of Disney, is so easy to lose a big IP or intellectual property or a big commodity like Spider-Man. I don't think he's that foolish to lose a big property like that. And I think I had mentioned on one of your social media posts, Bob Iger basically fixed Disney when he took over as CEO. Pixar had left Disney back in 2005. All ties were cut with Disney and Pixar. Pixar was looking to go to Universal so they can distribute their films. Bob Iger basically saved that relationship. We know Disney bought Pixar, but they were still salvaged. So Bob Iger, from everything I've read and understood about him, is he's really at closing the deal. Basically getting everything in line. He's been solid with the purchase for Lucasfilm and Marvel. So I don't think Disney is going to lose a Spider-Man. There's a lot of age. I think people need to calm down a little bit.
There's some weird name calling of studios. I just don't get it. But I think it's going to be resolved at the end.
It's going to be fixed. And I said it too. We talked about it the other night. Look, if Sony makes a movie, a standalone movie, Spider-Man movie, I'm not going to boycott it. I'm not going to say F Sony. There's no way I would say that. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse was phenomenal. Probably one of the strongest Spider-Man films I've ever seen. It was so damn good. So I'm not concerned about the direction they're going to go with Spider-Man. So if Sony makes a movie, not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. They can always be inspired back into the MCU. maybe on the next film, because I believe Tom Holland signed up for 3 or 4 more films as Spider-Man.
Well, he unfriended Sony on Instagram.
I saw that. What's
Well,
with the like teenage kids, man? I'm gonna unfriend you
yep.
if you don't do what I like.
Well, usually it's when I do something people don't like, they unfriend you. Remember? Isn't that?
That's
a rule.
That is very true. When you don't like certain movies, people get mad at me. I don't know what.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like, dude. Anyways,
Hey,
yeah.
Art Douglas is saying they can keep Spider-Man, but need to lose Deadpool.
You mean what do you mean? What do you mean, Art? Could you be more specific?
You mean, is he meaning like Sony for Sony to get rid of Deadpool? Or no, it can't be Sony.
Hey guys, I'm gonna switch something up real quick because I gotta get some water. But let me know if you guys can still hear us. And here we go. We're on the air with this. I don't know if people could still see us. Hold on a second. Fiddling with this stuff last minute because we had some technical issues. Here we go. Could you guys hear us? We have a nice mix board with the turntable there. Can you hear us? Can you hear us? Anyways, we'll keep talking. But anyways, I don't know what Art means. He wants them to lose Deadpool, huh? Interesting.
Yeah.
And then I think what was it? And then Walter, we're talking about D23, and he says his question is, you're seeing what I'm seeing, right? What about DC's the Titans? Yeah. Awesome. Hold on, let me see if yes, I can hear you. All right, cool. Could you hear Robert too, Walter? Anyways, I had to switch this guy. I get some water in a little bit, so I'm gonna have to step up. I forgot to get the water, and all this talking's gotten me thirsty. But
oh, okay, I get what Art is saying. Art's saying relinquish it back to 20th Century Fox. Well, I know from what I understand that there's a lot of people losing jobs at 20th Century Fox. And, I mean, that happens whenever there's a corporate buyout of another company. So they're really, really scaling back on production staff and personnel at 20th Century Fox. So I unfortunately, I don't think we're going to see that as far as it being an entirely Fox production. We could. There's a possibility, but it doesn't look like that. And I think you had posted a video about the possibility of Deadpool skirting between PG-13 and rated R, right?
That's what they were saying. I don't know what the possibilities are, but here's the thing, though. Like, remember the interview I did with Victoria Alonso, the second in command of the MCU, where people were kind of upset at her because she said that the Marvel, the X-Men name, the men name was kind of outdated, and everyone's upset at that. But guys, we were, a lot of, not me, but a lot of fans for years were like, bring X-Men back to the MCU, bring it back to Marvel. And now you're upset of what they're doing with it. It's like, well, that's what everyone wanted. I'm cool with I want to see what they do first before I criticize it, but that's what people wanted. They wanted Deadpool in the Marvel Studios together. People wanted this stuff. Now they have it. Let's see what they do with it and stuff. I can't wait for a PG. So Art says he can't wait for a PG-13 Deadpool, not R at Disney. Sarcasm. Yeah. Well, what I liked about the Fox movies.
Keep it R. So here,
go ahead.
Because I mean, we saw it last Christmas when Fox decided to put out a PG-13 version on Blu-ray and DVD of the last Deadpool movie. So I could see them doing something like that. I think the cinema the cinematic movies will maintain the R rating because I mean that's just the charm, that's just the humor of the Deadpool character. I'm not too concerned with it. I think Disney's going to do it right. Leave it the way it is, and when it comes time to promote the DVD and the Blu-ray, I think they will provide like a PG-13 copy, just the way Fox Studios did it, which is actually pretty good. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, okay, so more about tomorrow. We're going to get a few surprises, I think I'm going to predict, with the MCU. We're going to see a little bit more about the what's it called? Phase 4. And that's about it. I think maybe some casting news. Some of the actors are going to hit the stage, of course. We may get video, some sort of scene of Black Widow. That's what I think is going to be a big surprise as well. What do you think?
Oh man, you're coming in broken for me now. Oh man.
What are you calling me? I'm broken.
Line's coming in broken.
Yeah. What's broken? What I'm saying?
On my end.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want me to call you back?
My signal's the same, so I don't know I don't know what happened, but yeah, you were coming in broken.
What about now?
Last time.
Can you hear me now? Good?
I can hear you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I was saying that we'll probably get some sort of footage for, Black Widow. That's a rumor.
And that's for the feature film, right?
Yep. Because
Yeah,
that's the one people are anticipating right now.
I don't know about where we'll go or what they'll show us. I'm not anticipating they're going to show us a whole lot. I think it might just be a little bit more in depth as far as the MCU for the Phase 4 movie. The big thing I am hoping will happen is we get more information on Blade.
It's too far off, though.
Me, I know, but maybe even just have Wesley Snipes come out. Something. Just a little bit of Blade. That's all I'm looking forward to. If we get it, man, that'll make my whole weekend. If not, I understand. It's a little far off, but for me, that's a huge deal as Blade.
Okay, so the other big thing is, of course, Lucasfilm. And it's not, you'd have to be living under a rock to not have seen or felt a disturbance in the Force. And that disturbance is a mixed reaction among the fans, which I don't know if that leaks into the general public, for The Last Jedi. The reception was a bit mixed, to say the least. Then Han Solo comes out, and although I did see more people like Han Solo over what they had with The Last Jedi, the finance, the box office did not reflect the standard that a Star Wars film should obtain.
Hey, look.
Yeah.
Let me call you back, man.
Okay.
You're breaking up too bad on my end.
Okay, you got it. You got it.
Let me call you back.
All right. So, okay, guys, we're moving in, as I wait for Robert to call back, we're moving into the topic of Star Wars and the reception The Last Jedi got, which was a bit mixed. And then we got Solo, which had a mixed reception. But, of course, I think it's safe to say that it did, as far as, like, the critics, it did much better than The Last Jedi. And as far as the fan reactions, much better than The Last Jedi. I think expectations were low and stuff. So the elephant in the room with Star Wars tomorrow is going to be, will people like what they see? Will Lucasfilm go that extra mile to please the hardcore fans with whatever they show? Art Douglas in the chat mentioned that he's hearing that there will not be a trailer. I'm starting to think that he's correct. There will not be a trailer, although it is close to, it's close to showtime in December. Before you know it, December is here. I got Robert back on the line, but anyways, I'm talking about the last Jedi controversy and the Rise of Skywalker. Are you there, Robert? Robert?
You there?
Yeah.
Man, it's I don't know why it's breaking up now. I have no idea.
Still? Still?
You there?
Robert.
Yeah, yeah.
Let's do this. Let's do this, Robert. Let's have you in the chats, all right? Since we're breaking up, because I gotta close this down in a bit. I gotta get Hollywood Purgatory in here, or he'll kill me tomorrow. Let's get you in the chats. Let's try real quick. Robert, can you hear me? Hello? It's dead. Oh, Robert. All right. Okay, so hopefully we'll get Robert in the chat since we had some technical difficulties. Get him right here. Anyways, let's see what Lucasfilm has in store for us tomorrow, because they're the ones that are going to throw haymakers, in my opinion. I think they're going to have the featurette, and the featurette is that, you know, it's a tradition with the trilogies. They're pretty awesome. If you guys do a YouTube search, you will see the one for The Force Awakens, which that one is extremely impressive. It had Peter Mayhew there. It was showing off the practical effects. It showed off J.J. Abrams' tone that he was trying to obtain, bringing the trilogy back from, you know, kind of a hiatus it took after the prequels, right? So it gave me a lot of chills. I think that's what we're going to get over there at D23. Hold on. Let me I know. Let me get Jeffrey in here. Hollywood Purgatory. I'm going to try to get him in here. He's a good friend. Jeffrey from 411 Mania. Let me see if I could get him in here. Meanwhile, feel free to chime in on whatever you want to talk about as far as Disney Plus is concerned in the chats. All right, so yeah, there he is. Okay, so Jeffrey, I send you the information to call in. So if you want to do that, go ahead. You have some interesting takes on D23. Very passionate guy. And is he calling? Is he calling? Sorry, guys. I'm just getting Jeffrey in here. I apologize for the delay. We were working on technical issues for an hour and a half before we started this broadcast, but of course, we couldn't figure things out because there's just too many buttons, and I don't understand what they all mean. And hopefully, we'll get Jeffrey in here in a second. He'll call in, and we'll continue our D23 chat here. And then after that, I'm going to head over to $3 Theater and listen to what my man, Matt Jarbo, has to say. He's got a cool little live stream going on a daily basis. And we got Jeffrey in the house. What's up, Jeffrey?
Louis?
What up, man?
Louis?
Are you in line? Are you in line for D23?
You know I am, man.
So let's
get something straight here.
All right, here we go. UFC master Jeffrey, let it go. Let it go.
Sony does not own, can we get something straight here? Sony does not own Spider-Man. When did Sony own Spider-Man? They don't own Spider-Man. Marvel and Disney own the character. They own the property. Sony owns the distribution and film rights
for the Spider-Man characters and family of characters. So Spider-Man, Venom, etc. That's what they quote-unquote own. They don't own Spider-Man. Marvel still owns Spider-Man at the end of the day. Hence, Disney owns Spider-Man. They just do not own or control the right to create films and distribute films about the character on their own. You savvy?
Yeah.
Now, look, it's the same with the Hulk. Disney cannot make a Hulk movie without Universal Pictures being involved because Universal still has film rights for the Hulk on some level. But Marvel and Disney still own the Hulk. They can still use the Hulk. But Universal still has a level of control when it comes to a Hulk film that's branded and titled The Hulk. Different than this whole Spider-Man thing, but Sony, just let's not get it twisted out here, people. Sony does not own Spider-Man, okay?
Jeffrey does.
Why are you? I mean, everyone is going so crazy about this, and I understand. But you want to know what I think?
What do you think?
This is just it's public negotiation.
Yeah.
They're just I'm sure a lot of stuff is getting leaked by this person, that person. Everyone's trying to get their story out, and they're trying to put their feet to the fire. Disney's trying to put Sony's feet to the fire. Sony's trying to put Disney's feet to the proverbial fire. Because look, the contract was up. This deal that got made in 2015, it went up with Spider-Man Far From Home, and we knew things were going to have to change or a new deal would have to get made after Far From Home, and now we're just seeing that. Look, do I want to see Marvel Studios continue working on the Spider-Man live-action films? Yes. But I would just advise everyone to calm down for a little while. And second of all, internet petitions don't mean jack squat anyway, so you're not doing any, like, hey, Lewis, how is that refilmed season of Game of Thrones doing? It must be going great right now that they got all those signatures.
I think I don't discourage that kind of stuff because I think it's kind of funny, and if the fandom wants to do stuff like that, that's fine. I don't think it changes anything. I don't think it changes anything. I think it raises awareness that people didn't like what happened in the last season, a certain segment, not to say it reflects off everyone. That's about it.
But
it's like the Zack Snyder release.
I mean, you don't need a magical petition to do that.
No, but people feel powerless, right? Especially, they feel powerless and they feel like, oh, we got 500,000 signatures or whatever. We got our voice heard. You know what I mean?
I mean, was their voice heard? I don't think.
We're talking about it. We're talking about it.
We're talking about it. But I mean, what is it going to do?
It's not going to make a remake. But okay, for example, the Snyder Cut. They did another petition with that. It's not going to work because there's no Snyder Cut, right? There's no Snyder Cut, right? Do we agree?
Well, James Momoa said there's a Snyder Cut.
Man, there's a far as he got, but there's no finished film.
I did not like those movies, so I could really.
That's bingo right there. Where were the fans, the people doing these petitions right now, right? These where were they when the movie was showing? They should have spent their money and watched the movie and support it, so the box office would have been large, and we wouldn't be talking about Joss Whedon completing what Zack Snyder did. Instead,
Is it too early? You are one of the biggest Star Wars fans I know.
Yes. We're going to D23.
You have one of the biggest love-hate relationships with Star Wars that I know.
Yes.
So, is it too early for a new Star Wars trailer for Episode 9?
That's gonna be. I don't think they're gonna show it tomorrow. Honestly, I think Art. You know, Art and I we're friends outside of the community here on the Nerd Report, and we went to go and check out the Matrix, right? And he mentioned it, and I'm like, oh man, because I was eagerly awaiting a trailer this week, and when he mentioned it, I'm like, yeah, he's right. They're not gonna have a trailer, but they are gonna have a featurette. That's what I think they're gonna do.
So they're gonna do a featurette like they did a couple years ago at the last D23, and I think the last Comic-Con they had a featurette for The Last Jedi, as I recall.
Correct. That's the procedure. J.J. Abrams in particular, he likes to wait. He doesn't like to show you anything until you sit down and watch the movie.
J.J. Abrams didn't work on the last movie, Bob.
No, I'm talking about his procedure for The Force Awakens. He didn't even show the press the movie before the junket.
Right.
Which at the end worked out pretty. It was fun.
We saw right before the junket. We did get to see the movie early, but it was after the junket.
Yeah.
But 2 years ago, they did have The Last Jedi, that 5-minute featurette. I think it got released online later, as I recall.
At Comic-Con.
Right.
It was amazing.
I think it was at D23 first, because 2 years ago, D23 was the weekend before Comic-Con.
No, the one for the Force Awakens, because I was watching it today. If you go on there and you search the Force Awakens.
I'm talking about 2 years ago, Louis.
Oh yeah, that one was probably a D23.
Yeah, D23 was before Comic-Con 2 years ago. So they do it every 2 years, and 2 years ago was before Comic-Con. I specifically remember that.
Well,
so I'm expecting that makes sense if we would get that for Star Wars. I know they've already announced we're going to get they haven't announced it yet. It was in the Hollywood Reporter that we will see a trailer for The Mandalorian. I got to tell you, The Mandalorian is the one thing I will put all the eggs in the Disney Plus basket for, is this show.
Did you read what Favreau's description of the show was?
Yes, I know I've seen everything that's come out for this show.
Did you hear what he said? He wants it to be like the first act of A New Hope meets Mad Max. Wow.
That I did not hear, but I think it looks spectacular. I think this is the Star Wars project I think everyone will gather to, that I think will bring everyone together, that I think can repair the fandom, and I think can mend the bonds that have been broken by all this derision and division in the fandom. I think this show can bring everyone back together, and we can all sit in a circle, sing Kumbaya. There'll be Star Wars Baya. We'll be singing Star Wars Baya around the Mandalorian.
I don't think Star Wars. No. I think Star Wars fans always argue.
We're going to be singing Ewoks Yub Nub. We're going to be Yub Nubbing all over the place over this show, man. Because this is what we wanted. We're getting fresh new characters. We're getting a scenario that's set after Return of the Jedi. So we're finally sort of getting after that period where the Empire is taken over. So we're finally kind of getting out of that Rebels, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, New Hope kind of period. We're moving away from that and we're going post-Jedi. And that is a very interesting, unexplored period. We know we're getting a second season. We've got a great cast. You've got Pedro Pascal. We have Carl Weathers.
Whoa.
Werner Herzog who's not only a great filmmaker but a great character actor. Who I think is it Giancarlo Esposito? He's another good actor.